Let me tell y'all about the more pizza for less dough deal. What are you doing?
Hey, this is about Moe. Today is Moe Day.
You're right.
Moe, share it with us, brother. Let's do it.
Moe Skelli in the building, everybody. Moe, tell him about the deal, man. I guess he's lifeless today. I'll tell him. Get a medium one-topping pizza for just $5.99. Order online with promo code 599pizza at paisanospizza.com. That's 599pizza at paisanospizza.com. Moe!
Damn, Slim. Coming up on the Santana Moss Show.
We have a special guest in the building who's been waiting for a Nats championship since 1924, except that he didn't exactly get to see the championship. We'll explain.
I don't get it.
And Trent Williams is back. Well, kind of, sort of.
Exactly.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, not even the Redskins. And as usual, we'll predict every game from the NFL schedule. Spoiler alert, Santana's better at this than me.
Say it ain't so.
And much like the Nats, we are making history for taking L's.
And the Santana Moss Show starts now.
It's a Santana Moss Show. Number 89, hustle all the time. Travis on the right, hot mic on the left. Every single week, it's a lyrical fact.
Now I'm ready to go. We are the champions, my friend. Bah, 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 bah. But how about the remix, though? Baby shark, doo 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 doo. Baby shark, doo 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 doo. Baby shark. Woo!
Yes, Lord.
World Series champion, Washington Nationals.
What a feeling.
Whoa, what a feeling. Travis
you know
Thomas,
what?
Santana Moss.
For once in a lifetime, this is my third time feeling like a champion. Because I was a champion in my younger years before. So, but as a professional, I haven't even tasted, the air of a championship atmosphere.
Taste the air.
And last night, as I laid in the bed, I just sat there and I just glimpsed and just thought, like, man, you said it a couple of shows ago, or a show ago, and say we are the District of Champions.
Woo!
And hats off to the Nats, man. Job well done. It's crazy. The first time in any sports history that a world champion was crowned on the road in all 7 games, won all 7 games on the road to be a champion.
Yeah, it was tough sledding here in D.C. for games 3, 4, and 5. But certainly, I mean, look, you took 2 in Houston to start, and then to take game 7, to me, I just can't even fathom. If you had told me at the beginning of the season Bryce Harper would leave this team and they would be better, I'd have said no way.
But if you think about it, at one point in time in the season, I think it was in May, somewhere around that time, right after the All-Star, it was 19-31.
19-31 in May.
So who would have told me that team was a championship caliber team?
Bro, I went on TV talking about they need to fire the manager, trade this guy, trade that guy, blow the whole thing up.
This
It ain't
year,
working.
I had just got into baseball up here a year ago.
Yep.
Remember, I went to about 4 or 5
That's right.
games. I love the atmosphere. I love the
Hung out with Max.
and, all that stuff. Had the show Route 89 where we have to bring back. Hint, hint.
Spoiler alert.
So just seeing and knowing and being familiar with some of the guys, had a chance to witness and talk to some of the guys doing the fantasy little thing that Max do with his wife early in the year around football season. To see these guys go out here and play, it's one thing. I played football for a long time, and one of the things I've always shared with you about the teams, even today when we watch the games and we are analysts, we talking about the games, all you want to see is the effort. Regardless of how much better the other team is, that Houston team was stacked.
Yes.
They were stacked. And when you looked at us, one of the older teams in the league, but it was one of those things, and I heard one of the guys talking about it last night. I'm not sure if it was Max or Redon. And he was just basically talking about so much that they went through. And I share this with you all the time that, to me, it's about the sacrifices you make to be where you are and to get to where you're trying to get to. They sacrifice. He said sometime in the top of the rounds when those first couple of batters was up and they wasn't getting on, the guys in the back end had to, come up. The same way with the pitchers. When our go-to pitchers wasn't, getting the wins, the guys who was the fill-ins had to go out there and get it done. that's what it's about when you're playing a team sport. You know, regardless of who you are, together, equally, we can go out and get the job done. So when I watch these guys, you know, me and my friends, we sitting there betting on the games. We talking about it was a guy that betted, you know, I guess before the World Series started, he bet $3.5 million that, you know, that Houston would take it home again. And I remember waking up last night and I text to my homeboys in our group text like, well, that guy who bet $3.5 million lost him and a whole lot of other people who followed him a lot of money because, you know, this Nationals team was destined to be a champion. And talked about it. We talked about it earlier after the Capitals won. It's that fever, you know what I mean? This area deserves it. You know, I don't want to get too far without, you know, speaking of one of our guests, you know, we have to shout out to my man Moe.
Moe Skelli.
Moe Skelli from
the
Southeast. You know, he's been waiting for so long, been a long time Nat fan, and he thought it was over, man. He was really disgruntled about the whole Harper situation, and when they finally got here, you know, they gave him life, saying, damn, we got rid of one of our best, and this guy, and we still found a way to get to the championship. And after those first 2 games in Houston, Moe thought it was, man, look here, it's a wrap. He started talking about where they should put the stage at, what part of the stage he was going to run up on and get, you know, arrested. He had plans of doing so much, and after Sunday's game, man, Moe lost it, you know, completely.
So Moe, after losing 3 games at Nats Park, had seen enough. Moe Skelli from Southeast had seen enough.
He's seen enough.
He wanted a championship in baseball so bad the Nats, Washington area, has not won a baseball championship since 1924. 24. Moe Skelli waited all that time, thought it was over after Game 5, and what'd he do, Tanner?
Took his own life. So
jump from the roof of Nats Park.
Oh, man. You know, his friends still can't believe it, but we got him here today.
What was the last thing we heard before Moe jumped?
I can't even say it because young splat. And his friends like, goddamn, clearly.
Slim down jump.
So we had to pay respects to Moe. You know, the Nats parade is this Saturday, but we're going to lay Moe to rest on Friday. So anybody that want to contribute to his GoFundMe, you know, hit us up on the SMS podcast because we're trying to make sure we can raise some money for his service.
We are honoring
But we got him here in the building today.
Moe Skelli for
Moe had to be here.
For our audio.
Because we want to pay respects for him and let him know what he missed out on, man.
For our audio listeners.
Damn, Moe.
Moe Skelli is a skeleton.
Slim done lost it, you hear me?
From Southeast, who's been waiting since 1924. He will be laid to rest before the Nationals parade on Saturday. Tana, I don't even want to transition to the Redskins, but we got to do it.
Got to talk about these skins.
Can I start with the drama, as we often do with this franchise? Trent Williams is back, sort of.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, we knew that in order for him to get this season credited or counted, he had to be here
to show up.
halfway through the season. So, you know, I think this was put into play with Joey Galloway in 2000 when he had to be there to get a credited season.
Right.
And so they say if you play half of the season, it's 16 weeks in a football season, 16 games. If you play half of that, 8 games, which means 8 games, then you get that season credited. So Trent Williams knowing in order for me to save some of my money, one, because he lost $7 million being out. You know you getting to the bag when you can say, screw $7 million. Lord have mercy. Trent, look. We're not going to talk. We'll talk about it later off air.
I'm going to talk about it now. Trent, let me hold something.
Let me hold more than a little something. But he reported. He reported. And I laughed when I heard him reporting because I'm like, we knew he was showing up come week 9 because he needed to be here for the remainder of the season. So
then he had a helmet issue, right? Now we're playing games,
the first thing I thought about, I was like, I don't know if I could say that's on Trent or the team because the first thing I thought of in order for him to get this season credited,
right,
he has to pass the physical.
Right.
Because if you don't pass the physical, then now you're not able to play. That season's not credited to you.
Right.
So he has 2 weeks to whatever happens with that helmet or what's going on with that helmet for it to fit and to feel comfortable for him to pass his physical. That's one thing. The other thing was he still didn't say he was playing this year, whether he passed the physical or not. So who knows what's going on? I think at the end of the day, the Redskins need to go ahead and cut his ties. Eventually, it's going to happen to me. In my opinion, I believe this offseason we will probably be saying our goodbyes to Trent. But if they're going to prolong things and wait and have him here for 8 weeks, I don't think that's the best thing. I know him coming back is, great for a lot of those guys who miss him. I know I missed seeing him in the building, so just knowing he's back in the neighborhood, I can ride up and pull up on him and talk to him. But I'm happy he's back because, one, I didn't want to see the guy lose all that money. Two, I would have hoped that they would have found a way to trade him before things, got to this point. But we'll see. These next 2 weeks, he has, 2 weeks to see if things work out with his head. And, hopefully he passed that physical because I don't want him to lose out on the season, and now he won't be a free agent until after 2021 instead of 2020.
Yeah, to me, I just feel like the Redskins missed an opportunity to maximize on what they would get back as far as returns for Trent Williams. To me, letting this play out, the franchise felt a little stubborn to me that we're not going to move.
They tried, but I think they tried too late. Earlier in the year, when they was just feeling like it's no way we're going to let a guy like that go, it was guys willing to give that first-round pick for Trent. And now you wait till now before the deadline. You want a first-rounder or a guy who can potentially play right now and be a difference maker for you. Guys, teams are not ready to do that, especially the Cleveland. I mean, I heard rumors about them trying to go out to Denzel, one of the better cornerbacks in this league. So, and he's a young guy. So I just feel like it was just they was trying to stick to their guns and feel like, and that's one of the reasons why we're in the situation we're in now. I think the Redskins for so many years, we've been stubborn, and it's been in the front office, and I'm not pointing the fingers. I'm just telling it like it is. I believe that, eventually, and for you to have a team that we can sit here and be proud of, you have to put your pride to the side, and put the right people in place to run this organization, to run this team, and the right players in this organization to run whatever, scheme we're going to run. We have to find an identity in so many areas in this organization. One, in the front office, two, on the field. And you can't just keep plugging guys in. And one of the things I want to talk about, because I get mad when I see the different situations that Norman been put in. It's not Norman's fault that he's getting beat every week, because you fail to realize that this guy has showed you from day one that he played behind a great defensive front in Carolina, and he didn't have to cover guys out of his zone. They played a cover two or a zone defense where he had a guy over the top most of the time, and he can be that violent cornerback that he showed you that he can be. He showed that here. But you want to continue to put this guy man-to-man and try to get him to run with some of these young bucks, and he can't do that. So, I scratch my head when I see him out there being exploited like that, because you shouldn't put him in those situations. If we were smart as a defense, we would say, we have a Dunbar over there who we think highly of that can pretty much run with everybody. So let's man him up, and let's give Norman some help. You see things like that with our defense, you see things like that with our team, and you wonder why we can't win, because we don't put guys in the right situation. So hopefully moving forward, man, with the Trent situation, from now until whenever, everything is final, I just hope we find a way to be a competitor in this league, because I feel like we're losing a lot of time, wasting a lot of time, actually.
Up next, the Skins shuffle off to Buffalo to take on the Bills. This defense is for real. I mean, listen, could be Keenum, could be Haskins. Either way, it's a tall order of business for either one of those guys. In your mind, who gives the Skins the best chance to win on Sunday?
We all want to see the kid play, and eventually I do too. I just think this year one is not ready. He's not ready. Even after those fill-in moments when he's coming in, everybody's shocked about what's going on. No, I'm not shocked, because this offense it's not the offense that you want to bring him into right now. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to just the coaching.
Catering to his skill set, you mean?
To his skill set, you know what I mean? I mean, we know he can throw the ball.
Right.
That's, he can do that with the best of them. But I feel like it's not the kid's fault. It's the staff fault, because if you know what he's good at, then you cater to what he's good at. He can come in and play right now. I believe that. But you have to design an offense for him to play now and be efficient in. Kyle Shanahan did that with RG3.
Facts.
I tell guys that time and time again. In 2012, RG3, that offense we ran, these guys didn't even run that offense. That's not Kyle Shanahan's style of offense right now. He's not running that in San Fran right now. They designed that. Mike Shanahan and Kyle done put that together for RG3 to be successful. when RG3 went out, you saw what Kurt came in and ran. Totally different offense because he was able to sit in that pocket and dissect guys, even at a young age, even as a rookie. So here we are with Haskins, who's a rookie, and he can throw the ball with the best of them. Strong arm. Can throw it long, strong, short, whatever you name it. But you're not putting this stuff together around him so he can be efficient when you need him to be. So I just feel like right now, Keenum is the guy. So we hope that he can pass the concussion protocol and he can be the guy because I think going on, and it's crazy that we just talking about Keenum and Haskins. They just excluded Colt out the picture now. So you scratch your head about that and say, Colt was just a J guy. And I love Colt. I like Colt a lot. But
Chris Thompson feels like that to me too.
Yeah,
even though I know he's battling injuries, but still,
a lot of those guys. But Chris Thompson is to me more than just a J guy because he's really one of those guys that you could put him in another.
Sure.
You could put him in Cal offense.
Right.
You could put him in Matt offense. You could put him in Sean's offense, and he go out there and put up some big numbers for you. So I just feel like, man, with our team, we don't have an identity. One, and even with that, when you're talking about coaches and where they should be and who is who, the reason why Cal, Matt LaFleur, Sean, those guys are where they at right now as head coaches because they have they are good at what they do at saying, you know what, this is what we have. This is the talent that we have.
Right.
Let us design something around this talent. You know what I mean? Let us put together an offense or a scheme that's going to make us best or better around who we have at the helm. And I think that with Haskins, in order for us to see the best of him right now, they can design some stuff to make him efficient, but they don't do that. They tell him, learn this, and, when you're ready, we'll put you out there.
All right, I'm going to go to the running back position. 10, I have some numbers for you. 2 guys will be on the field together Sunday. Mm-hmm. Frank Gore, number 4, all-time on the rushing list. Adrian Peterson, now number 6, respectively, on the all-time rushing list. They both will be going against each other. You know them both. How cool is that?
It's great to see. I'm gonna speak on my Miami brethren. It's great to see what Frank is doing. I mean, AP, bro. I've been a fan of AP since watching college and watching him back at Oklahoma. And I'm like, this guy just runs with the tenacity and the toughness that to me, second to none. He ran like an old school running back. When you watch Jim Brown, you watch all those guys back in the day run the ball, how they want the contact, they want that that smoke, what we call it nowadays. These kids sit in the streets. That's how AP is. Now he's an older guy that, he probably don't have that a couple of those gears. You know how it is when we get a little older. But is he not that same guy? Yes, he is. So to see him accomplish the things that he's accomplishing, it's great to see him out there, especially being that he's a Redskin. Now, to jump on my boy, we had to play them this week, Frank Gore. Man, he has the Energizer battery in him somewhere. I mean, this guy just keeps going and going and going. What's special about Frank? We talk about Miami and the different, positions that came out of Miami, from quarterbacks to tight ends to receivers to linebackers to running backs to safeties to corners. And what stands out to most to me, Frank Gore, out of all those running backs that came out of there,
yep.
The Otis Andersons, the Edgerrin James, the Clinton Portis, the Jared Paytons, McGahee, James Jackson. I'm just naming guys that we don't give credit to.
Yep.
Frank Gore, I watched him in high school, and his senior year in high school, he was on pace to shatter every record known to man in high school football as a running back. Frank Gore had his worst performance against my high school, which at the time had the number 1 defense.
CC Zoo, shout out.
And I went to go see my brother play against him, and I'm sitting here like, this Frank Gore, I've been hearing about him. Being that I'm at the University of Miami, his school was down the street from our
Where he
campus.
go?
He went to Coral Gables.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm sitting there like, man, Frank Gore. Coral Gables was literally in our backyard.
Wow.
Like him and Vilma went to the same school. You can cross the street and you went to Coral Gables.
So that's a rival.
It's right. No, I'm talking about as far as University of Miami backyard.
Oh.
So those guys was destined to be Hurricanes.
Right.
And I went to watch this guy run the ball, and it's against my school. So I'm like, oh, he finna get what he asking for. This is the number 1 defense in college. I mean, in high school football in the state of Florida, and he's finna get what he's asking for. He had his worst performance. Now, to tell you what he was averaging per game before facing us, he was averaging 300 yards rushing per game. He had his worst performance, I think. And don't quote me on this, but he ran for either 185 or 200-something yards.
His worst game.
His worst game against us. And I was I was blown out of my seat watching. I literally got up and said, this is awful. If this guy can do this to the best defense, I don't want to see him no more on the high school level. He needs to be in college now. So he gets there in college and blows his knees twice and still become the Frank Gore that we're talking about today. That's what? He's in what year?
Fourth all time,
Fourth
bro.
all time, but what year he's in? Like 12 or 14?
Gotta be.
Somewhere around there. And just to see this guy continue to go, like I just talked
Fourth
about
all time,
the
dog.
Energizer Bunny, man. So kudos to Frank, man. Hats off to him. He superseded all those guys that was in front of him, the guys he looked up to, the guys he came in with. He was there when Portis was there. He was there when Willis was there. Willis actually got the nod at the running back position because Willis was he was a fullback at the time. He got the chance to be a running back when Frank, blew his knee the first time.
Wow.
So if it was never for Frank to blow his knee, the first time, Willis probably wouldn't even be talked about as a running back, on the college level or pro level,
That's crazy.
So, nah, man, hats off to Frank, and I'm just hoping y'all take an L from us this week though, because I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you being Frank Gore like against my Skins.
All right, well, let's get into it. Let's predict that game. Last week, Santana was caliente, 14-1.
Hold on, I ain't got no collar, but I'm gonna pop something.
Pop it. Ever since I can remember, he been popping his collar. I went 13-2. Tana. Skins at Buffalo. Who you with?
And y'all know how I do this, man. So, due to the fact that I love my record and I like my picks,
Just pick the Bills.
I'm going with Buffalo.
Nobody worried about that record. London. I'm going with the Bills also. London. Houston against Jacksonville.
I'm
This is a tricky
I'm gonna go
game.
with the Texans, even though it is a tricky game.
Yeah.
I can see the stash doing his thing up in London. I can see the London folks wearing their stash into the stadium.
Minshew Mania.
But I tell you one thing about that kid,
Deshaun.
Watson. They said he was Michael Jordan-like.
Hello.
And that man got kicked in the eye last week while throwing a touchdown pass to win the game. Is that Michael Jordan-like to you or what?
Yes. Mr. Deshaun Watson. Vikings at Kansas City. Can Kirk
Vikes
go
at
in there and win
Kansas
that?
City. Man, see, now this is when Kirk gonna have to show up.
Playing Matt Moore.
Without Mahomes, it should be a must win for you. It should be a win. You should chalk this up as a win.
If they win, they're 7-2.
If they win, it's 7-2. And this could be a tricky game. To me, this is a game that KC ends up winning.
Come on.
I think so. But I'm gonna go with Kirk.
Okay. I'm going Vikes.
I'm going with Vikes.
Jets at Dolphins. Can someone please shoot me in the face with a tank?
Both of them.
Sorry for that insensitive
both
joke.
Both of them trying
Mo.
to be like Mo.
I'm sorry, Mo.
Somebody gonna be like Mo.
I apologize, Mo.
The only thing about Mo lost it. I've been in Miami all my life, and them Dolphin fans, they should have been lost it, and they steady show up. So, Mo, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what you was on at the time when that thing went down.
He was on that Ben Chili Bowl.
He was on that Flocka or something.
Flocka.
But them Dolphin fans, they stick through, man. We ain't been a team since I don't know when, since I've been born.
God
79.
damn. You ain't gonna give Marino no respect.
I'm just saying. They ain't
Super
win a championship.
Duper?
Oh,
Clayton?
I love Clayton Duper and Marino, but I'm saying they ain't win nothing.
Mercury Morris?
Mercury was in jail at the time, I think. But I'm gonna have to say the Jets take it home in Miami.
I agree. Chicago in Philly. It should be a good game, but the Bears suck.
Philly, man.
Philly.
And they say D-Jax might be back. So let's pay attention to that. If D-Jax back, I'm not sure if he's gonna be the D-Jax because, having one of those groin injuries that he had, those abdominal injuries, it's kind of tough to come back and be at full scrim.
I know that's your man, so I'm going to preface my comments by saying, with all due respect, I'm about sick of D-Jack's ass because he don't never play. Indy at Pittsburgh.
Indy.
Yo, I'm feeling Jacoby Brissett.
Pittsburgh is tough, though, but Indy.
I might get a Jacoby Brissett jersey.
Yeah. And he's a Florida boy.
I didn't know that.
He's from Fort Lauderdale.
So he went to Florida.
He's from Fort Lauderdale. I didn't even know that.
He was a Gator, and then I feel like he transferred to NC State, right? Tennessee at Carolina. God, I'll take Carolina to bounce back.
Even though I believe in Tannehill, what he's doing over there.
No, you don't.
I don't. But Carolina. Damn, I try to make it sound good.
Detroit at your wild card team, Oakland Raiders. I feel like you were ahead of that. I will say this. I'm taking Oakland.
Oakland ain't bad.
I'm betting this game this week,
They're
and
not
I will say
bad.
this. Oakland is the best 3-4 team in the
They're
league.
not bad, bro. They can win every game they in. So,
You might be right about this wild card.
man,
Pick Oakland.
I'm going
Roll
Oakland.
with them.
I'm going with Oakland. We going together with this one. We talking about the bridge with Mo. Mo, we might be coming for you, Mo.
Moe Skelli, R.I.P. Slim. Tampa Bay at Seattle.
I just don't see Tampa going into Seattle to win nothing.
Me either.
Hey, you know what? No, I'm not.
Don't
even
do
gonna
it.
talk about that dude. I'm not going to do.
He was going to talk about Jameis. I won't
Yeah,
let him.
I don't- yeah,
Cleveland
don't
and
let me do that.
Denver. Also, shoot me in the face. Horrible.
Well,
I'll go Cleveland.
I go Cleveland because they playing with a backup quarterback in Denver. So yeah,
We got to disagree on one of these, son of Green Bay at Chargers. You going Rodgers or Phillip?
Hold on.
Some of me feels like Phillip might mess around.
No.
You going to discount double check?
Discount double check, baby. Rodgers. That is.
Well, we need to disagree. I'll take the Chargers. I'll be that guy. I'll take Phillip. So if that's a discount, Phillip got that weird sidearm, right? I'll give you that. Look at my one. I'm stunting.
Rodgers telling him to put that belt on me, cat. Go ahead and put that belt on me, baby. This is a champ.
Sunday nighter. Patriots at the Ravens.
This is gonna be interesting. You know, we talk about the Pats being the number one defense in the league right now, and especially against the pass. But you can run the ball on these guys.
Lamar might.
And Lamar has shown that he's been doing better with scrambles than he has been doing with design runs.
Yep.
So it's gonna be a close game. This is gonna be the game that the Pats really get tested.
Who you with?
I'm gonna say Pats though. I can't go against them guys. You can test them all you want to. They just cut one of their damn kickers. They don't care.
They don't care.
They gonna
They'll
bring
go for
somebody
two
else
every
in.
time.
Exactly.
I'll go Patriots. Cowboys at the G-Men for Monday night.
Cowboys. I ain't gonna.
Damn, you ain't even going to think? All right, I'll go Cowboys, but I'll go Giants to cover. We only disagree on one game, Green Bay Chargers for the world. Me and Tana. All right, well, listen, usually this is a part of the show where we give take and L's.
Yeah.
But I have petitioned the great producers here at Podcast Village to allow me to reinvent the wheel. Instead of taking L's, no, we giving out curly doves. You don't love me, and I know now. Curly Dubs goes to the District of Champions. We saw the Nationals do their thing. R.I.P. Moe Skelli, because he
Mo.
didn't quite see it.
Damn, Mo.
He was waiting since 24.
You and Harper both, man. I don't understand it, man.
He been
Damn, Mo.
He's been waiting since 24 in Southeast D.C., and he said, hey, Slim, I can't take it no more, and he jumped. Now, many people don't know. Here's a little Santana Moss trivia. My man Moe Skelli is actually Lil Beat Your Ass's first cousin on his mama's dead mama's side.
Yeah.
So this is family here. That's how we met Moe Skelli before, he
Lil
jumped.
Beat Your Ass mad for that right now. Look at
Lil
him.
Beat
See how
Your
he
Ass
looking at
is
that? See how he
upset.
looking?
And you know what he
Goddamn, Mo.
thinking? He's thinking, man, when can the Redskins stop messing
Lil
around?
Beat Your Ass. I'd have been lost my wig messing with these skins. I would have been lost my wig, fool. And you just gonna jump like that? You ain't thinking about nobody but yourself, Mo. Up, Mo.
I also want to give shout-outs to the Caps, who, when they beat the Penguins, I knew they were a
They
team of
started
destiny.
it all, baby. They
Much like the
started it all.
Nats, team of destiny. The Mystics, the
Mystics.
ladies held it down. Remember, they lost in the finals the prior year.
Yeah.
Then they came back and got it done.
The Valor.
The Valor, Tana and I were on the inaugural season calling them games.
Say it ain't so. I ain't know what I was
Valor,
talking about.
we feel like we deserve a little championship bling, too.
Let me get something, man.
So we end the show like this. This here is the District of Champions. Give me a nice graphic. Put some ice and some smoke on that thing. District of Champions, Santana Moss Show podcast. It's a wrap. We gonna go drink champagne and pop bottles. Yeah.
Cheers.
It's a Santana Moss Show. Number 89, hustle all the time. Travis on the right, hot mic on the left. Every single week, it's a lyrical.